So they'll be calling you a radical. So, I was talking about him in the video yesterday, the great coach of coaches, Marty Schottenheimer, is dead. 77. Nobody was more physically fit than Marty Schottenheimer. Incredible physical specimen. Again, it's the component, cancer victims, Alzheimer's. I think it's crazy that I hear it over and over and over. Well, it's just killing old people. How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good. It's just killing old people. I'm like, really? So you work your entire life. Our elders, the native communities are talking about it, losing their elders. Of course, I guess people don't think they're elders anymore. They don't act much like it. My favorite coach, second favorite coach of all time. Of course, Tom Landry was my favorite coach of all time. He died of AML leukemia. What a genius. Marty. Of course, he did play in the NFL. So my mom died of this horrible disease. So the percentage of people that are dying in rest homes, he had hospice with him. I don't know if he's at a rest home or they're doing it at home, but I was a gambler in those days. Talk about money. Betting Marty Schottenheimer. How good were those teams? Always. But he couldn't. He would get those huge leads in the playoffs and get all conservative and loose. He did it. Talk about just in Cleveland, just plain bad luck. The fumble. How about think about the whole Chiefs dynamic? I remember when they fired him in San Diego because, I watched a lot of games in there. And the Murph died of cancer young. San Diego Stadium. I remember when they fired him. I fucking hated that owner. I'm like, really? He's 13-3 on the flukiest play I ever fucking saw. He lost on a fluke play. This is the same people that got rid of fucking Drew Brees for Phillip Rivers. Marty Schottenheimer, he'd be 13-3 every year. He was that good. Players absolutely loved him. What a mind, what a passion, what a mind. You ever listen to him speak? He could go. Oh, he could go. I loved him. What a dynamic for these Chiefs, huh? Completely the opposite of Andy Reid. Completely the opposite of Andy Reid is Marty Schottenheimer. Completely the opposite. Go talk to these kids. So, what a dynamic. Everything happens at times. So, we did an investigation, spent millions of dollars to tell you that the helicopter pilot for Kobe took risk. Thank you, Mr. Obvious. COVID didn't come from the Wuhan lab. But the whole dynamic, everything at brew and play right now, people are not living longer, they're living less. That started in 2012. Autoimmune deficiency disease, Alzheimer's, well, we know the rate of it is when radically increased. Radiation, nuclear fallout, which I call Functonium, Einsteinium, Californium, Functonium, which is the fallout from all these nuclear disasters all over, including Kansas City, the mound. And I don't mean Bob Gibson throwing heat at your head. Lou Brock died of this disease, leukemia. So, he was only 77. He was a pillar of health. Attacks the brain. Baron Monsanto. Very interesting. It's big. Eugenics is a big German thing. I don't know if people understand a lot of these things, these philosophies, these German philosophies on population control and doing it on the back end. People should not live over a certain age. It's a big German thing. Bayer Monsanto, spray some Roundup. All your dogs and pets are dying. couldn't be their noses to the ground, and they spray that fucking shit everywhere and everything. Mix it up with some nuclear fallout, some military industrial base complex. It's wondering everybody's living over fucking 80. Well, they're not. They're not. You know, and been going on. No. Open heart surgery, organ transplant, modern medicine has come out. We should be living to be over 100, everybody, including Marty Schottenheimer. What a gig. You know, I was talking about it yesterday. I was a gambler in those days. Fuck. The only piece of purple that ever covered the spread more in those fucking eras in the 80s and 90s was Weber State basketball. By the way, they still do. So, of course, I'm not a gambler. That all went away when I got cancer. Nobody covered spreads like Marty Schottenheimer. Of course, he got in those big games. You know, San Diego Stadium. Pete got some really great videos of why would they tear that down? Fucking my favorite stadium, my favorite, the Murph. I didn't ever call it the Murph. I hated that name. I was not a fan of the Murphs. I mean, he died young of cancer, very tragically, but San Diego Stadium. So, I was just talking about him yesterday. So, another very tragic. Stay tuned.